Hey, how's it going? Yeah, so you guys are gonna get spoiled today because the GoPro is acting up. So I'm using the big boy camera, which is my 24-70 lens. So I really got to hold it out far to get any kind of use out of it. I want to revisit the old Goldie, the old cream puff. I've had this officially 1 year now, and since I'm getting back in the swing of things, I'm most excited about this car. This is the car I think about a lot. You know, I love the lifted wagon, love all the other stuff, but this one I think about a lot because this has so much potential and it's so stinking clean. And every time I go to revisit it again, I forget just how absolutely nice this thing is, and I'm blown away by it. My goal is to get this thing at least streetable, complete full tune-up, front to back, make sure all the fluids are good, make sure all the spark plugs, fuel filter. I just put 5 gallons of fresh fuel in there, plus some B12 stabilizer, cleaner, injector stuff. I've been watching a lot of Vice Grip Garage lately. I've been following his method of quick, cheap tune-ups to get it kind of going. With that in mind, that's what I kind of went with this, is I just put all the fluids in there that I could, made sure they're all good enough, and if there's anything bad, then I just acted like I didn't see it. For some reason, it was pretty low on coolant, so I thought coolant. The brake fluid was pretty low, so I went ahead and put brake fluid in it. I noticed when I was turning it around, when I drove it up here into the garage, that there was almost zero power steering, so I looked and the reservoir is completely dry. I didn't see any immediate super bad leaks, but it may have just leaked a long time ago and I just never caught it. But everything looks pretty good. I'm gonna go ahead and bleed this a little bit because I don't know if there's any air bubbles in there, and I'll crack that bleeder tube. I'm gonna back it up to the garage door and open it up and let it run in idle for a little bit. It runs and idles great now. I had to use starter fluid in the initial startup, but after that it kicked over like the second start. I don't want to do too much jibber jabber on this thing, but I did go ahead and put in these like 3D printed brake duct corners and lights, and I think they look really good. I think it turned out pretty sick. As you can see, it kind of gives it a whole kind of more modern look, and they have little LED turn signals in there, and I think they were only like 40 bucks, 45 bucks. I don't remember where I found them. It's been a little bit. But with that said, got a fresh battery in there. Everything's looking pretty good. Started up idle just fine. I still have this wiring mess to go over, and that may be where my radiator fan problems are stemming from, or it just may have been because it's low on coolant. So we'll see. But with that said, let's go ahead and back it out of the garage, and at least back the back end out and let this thing run for a little bit and see what happens. As you guys know, this thing is ridiculously clean, and I kind of want to revisit a little bit of the overall health of this thing. I put the new mirror, the window in the back here. This thing was broke out when I got it. I was able to source that through eBay. You can see the back, all the paint's very nice. There's a little bit of chipping there on the bumper. The roof is flat, which is kind of crazy with these things. Usually they're all dented up and nasty. A few very minor dents here and there. Nothing too crazy. But yeah, no, I love this thing. I think a little bit of restore, this thing will be absolutely beautiful. This has like some kind of like clear that's coming up on it. I guess it's just the regular clear coat that came from the factory, and that's kind of a bummer. But I mean, if that's the worst of it, I am not mad at all. As you see, the rockers are in good shape. The interior, I don't know if you guys remember quite what I did with that. It's been a little bit since I've talked about it. Obviously, it's been like a year since I've done any videos on any of this stuff. But I put the new steering wheel in there. Is that reading any gas yet? Nah, the sender must be broke. So I fixed that. The switch panel still works really well. I still don't have any kind of HVAC stuff. None of the fans are working in here yet, so I need to figure that out. While it's all apart, I guess I can check the sending stuff for the gas and see if I can find out why the fuel level's not working. It really is pretty crazy. Like, out of all the sitting, there's not a single leak on this thing. The brakes work. I topped up the power steering, so we'll see if that works. All the lights work, even if they're broken, the lights are still working. And this light's toast, like the cover and all that stuff, still works just fine. Crazy. This is why I think about this wagon the most, just because it just has so much nice things about it. One thing, of course, I need to address is going down tire size. That's just what Walmart had. I don't know if you guys remember that whole story, but that was fun. So enough of the yakking. I'm gonna go take this thing for a little drive, see how she do. All right, you guys should be able to see pretty well from that angle. Kind of dig it. Now it looks like it's holding temperature pretty well. Go ahead and turn the lights off. It looks like it's holding temperature pretty well. I know when I was starting it, brake feels good. I was starting it the last time, it seemed like it got a little hot. And I'll keep an eye on it. We'll see. I don't know. I don't know if the radiator fan's kicking on still, which that might be part of my wiring problem I have. But we will cross that bridge when we get there. I still need a passenger side rearview mirror. That's all good. I'm genuinely just super excited about how nice this drives. The clutch feels great. I think the power steering's back and working. Feels good. I have that external mic, and it works really well when the battery's charged. But I think it died on me, and that's why you didn't get to catch any of that audio. Maybe a little bit, we'll see. I really hope there was some audio in that because that was fun. But I'm not going to rob you guys out of the ripping D16A6 noise. I'm going to go do another test pull because I love this car and it runs so well. The temperature is doing well. I just popped the bleeder on the cap to get a little bit of air out, and a little bit of air came out, not much. We're gonna go for another drive because that makes me mad that you guys didn't get to hear any of that sweet audio. I don't know which parts didn't catch, but it was having a little bit of hiccups there at first, even on just constant throttle, and a little bit after driving, all gone. Full ripping, no VTEC, and she was pulling hard, real hard. Big cloud of smoke behind me is clearing out all the cobwebs, and this thing rips. This thing feels real good. The temperature is kind of climbing now. It's about right there at halfway, which is fine. I did some hardcore rips with it, and it set for a second. I don't think the fan's kicking on still, which is a bummer. But that's something I can fix easily. I think so. There's some wires that are trimmed, they're cut in the loop and the engine bay. I'll go through that and sort that out. I hate that to yell at you guys, but you should have learned your lesson the first time. Even when I was coming down this hill, I was like, I hope you guys can hear me because I don't like trusting an extra mic in my setup because that's one more thing to go wrong. And I proved my own point. So, whatever. Gives me a chance to go do some more rips. I did some brake tests. I'll show the video still, obviously. I did show the video. But now I want to show you the audio too because it sounds great. Yeah, fender wells are still protesting quite big because the tires are too big. Alright, here goes the rip. Ready? Hang on. I am so stoked this thing really well. It rides well. It's so. I don't know if you guys caught my rant earlier about the D Series being an amazing car. This being a 1988 and it's since 2013. It's been sitting for 10 years in Michelin now. Not a single problem with this stupid thing. A little bit of tune up here and there, and she's back ripping like no, that ain't set for a day. The clutch feels great. The brakes are feeling pretty good. I am one heavy customer. I still can't see anything out of that window. Oh, looks like no one's there. I'm gonna do another rip for you guys. So hang on to something. I'm gonna feel all the power. Just grind just a little bit. I think it could probably use some fluid. I imagine we're sitting for 10 years. And I'm doing this on 10-year-old oil. Maybe older than that. I don't know. But that's why I like Hondas, why I like D Series. They really don't care. As long as it got some kind of viscous something in there, she's gonna chooch every time. Alright. Can't find it, grinded tires. That make no damn sense. Alright. Well, I couldn't leave you guys out. I couldn't just like say, oh, trust me, it sounds really good. I gotta let you guys hear it. You know what? My big. This makes me one happy soul. Be able to go out ripping this thing for a little bit. Drive it on back. Brakes work well. The only thing is that the radiator fan. That's the only thing. I mean, the e-brake even works in this stupid thing. It's crazy. Like whatever. Enough being excited about this thing. Let's go appreciate it for a second. Manual belts. I know you like that, Justin. It feels good to be back. I am completely stoked with how the wagon's turned out. Could not be happier that thing's running as well as it is. It just gives me more ammo to be like, yeah, let's get this thing going. Let's work on this. I'm going to go ahead and order everything I need to order to do a full tune-up on the engine. It is pretty nasty and dirty in there, so I'd like to degrease all that stuff. And I want to wait for a little bit warmer weather. I know I won't get that for a few more months, but we do have flashes of nice days every once in a while, so I'll try to do it somewhere in between all that. And I miss you guys so very much. I miss talking to you guys. I miss seeing you guys in the comments. I miss seeing you guys being hyped about my videos. And all those people who've supported me through this big lull that I had, you guys are the best. I'm so glad that I mean that much to you, that you guys keep pushing me to put out content, put out videos, and get back to work. And that's something that I need to keep in mind, is I have a lot of people behind me. I see you, and I'm not going to forget you guys. Trust me. That's not lost to me who exactly every one of you are. I know the real ones who have stuck around with me, and I won't forget that. So anyway, enough of that. I'm not going to do the close thing anymore. I'm just going to do me, so I'll see you guys later. That's a bad habit. I used to do that all the time. This is a new channel. This is not me anymore, so yeah, just show yourself out.